welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for being here and joining us. This is Life's Podcast with Sujata and Coach Les, and we are here on Friday nights to bring together people, not only on Clubhouse, but on social media live. And we are here to answer questions. We're here to take on brave topics from around the globe. And tonight, I know Sujata has been traveling over the past 24 hours and from Singapore to India, and is made the trip mostly, believe it or not, to go and see her amazing four-legged friend that is the last of three remaining.
Yes.
And, it's just amazing for me. I just want to take a moment. I grew up with dogs. I have a picture and a handwritten picture of a dog when I was a little kid. His name was Bobby. It was a toy poodle. And I have to say that my thought as a kid was the poodle got the better treatment than any of us kids did. Always got to sit in mom and dad's lap. Always got to ride up in the front. Got this table scraps from my dad because he would sleep on his back and my dad underneath my dad's napkin and just hang out there. And my dad would give him little scraps when my mom wasn't looking. And just a great little dog. And I never really understood the true love of a little dog, because it wasn't, he wasn't mine. He was the family dog. And, I think more than anything, he was my dad's foremost. Although my mom looked after him, my stepmom looked after him an awful lot because my dad traveled. When he passed away, there was just an emptiness in the house when I would come home. Instead of a little fur ball whipping around the corner, coming up and saying hello, and maybe even barking at me, like, what are you doing? You're not supposed to be here anymore. Yeah. To when I moved out and went to college, and a girlfriend and I got a golden retriever. And when she and I broke up, she kept him. And that was Simon Beauregard Hill. And then I finally, when I had a townhouse, I got my first dog, and it was a Samoyed from a rescue from Humane Society. And his name was I called him Major. And I went to just check him out and walk him around the field that they had behind the strip mall area. And within 30 seconds, I dropped the leash and he just followed me around the field. And it was an instant attraction. I came back. I didn't even pick up the leash. And that was my first experience with a dog that so loved me, that just knew who I was from the moment he met me at 6 months old. And, Sujata, the stories, I mean, I'll tell you a couple of them, but the stories I could tell you, and I'm hoping that me telling you some of these stories, you'll share some of yours. And then we'll have an opportunity to hear other people's if there are people in the room. I brought him home, and I had been told to buy one of these plastic kennels. They called it a very kennel, screwed together, two halves, had a grate for a door, locked in top and bottom, but spring loaded. And it was a big crate, put in a nice soft bed on the inside. And to make a long story short, he did not want to ever be in that. And he would dig into this in this plastic crate till his feet bled sometimes, because he would catch a foot. but he would also bust his way out of this kennel because he would dig so hard it would shake the kettle, and the screws, no matter how tight I tightened them, would come loose. And then the top of he would get the gate and it would spring open. He would come out, he'd jump up on the couch, and he'd sleep on the couch. And when I came home, he'd zip back into the kennel, and I'd be like, yeah, no. And there'd be this mess and all this drool in the front of the kennel. So I finally got to the point where I would pretend to close it. And I would get in the car and leave, shut the garage door, and I'd look through the front door because that's where I put the kennel on the tile, just in case there was an accident. And literally I would watch him push it open with his nose, walk and jump onto the couch, lie down and go to sleep. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to fool him every day. And it ended up that about within a couple of weeks, I was like, you know what? I can figure out a way to bring him with me. And I started bringing him with. I put a bed in the back and water, and he just sat in the back, hung out in the back of my Ford Explorer. And for 16 years, every day he came to work. In the winter, when it was too cold, really, he was fine. He was a Samoyed. In the summer, I would shave him down and I'd leave the car on with the air conditioning on. And it was always my excuse to hurry up and get done what I needed to get done to get out to be with my dog. And I would walk him in the morning, walk him in noon, and walk him at night. Now, somewhere along there, I got a couple other dogs. One didn't work out. Second one did 3 years later. They were great friends, and he lived with me for 9 months longer than the 16-year-old. But I remember when Major, I'd bought a Mini Cooper, and I couldn't wait to take him for a drive in this Mini Cooper because it was going to be fun because he would be right next to me. He wouldn't have that seat space between us. And he woke up and he just couldn't move, and I let him out, and he circled around and around and around, and I knew there was something off, and he fell, and he circled, and he fell. And I took him to the vet, and the vet said he's all messed up. He won't be able to walk. He won't be able to do anything. He's done. So the first ride in the Mini was to the vet. And when I put him to sleep, it was, as I sat there, I realized, and I was just doing the math in my head, I realized that for 15 and a half years, this dog had ridden with me every day, slept with me. I would fall asleep with him on the bed, and then he'd jump off and sleep right down on the floor because it was cooler. And I thought about it, and I did the math, and no human being had been with me the number of hours that dog had been with me and never left my side. And nobody has ever
Loved you.
that to that extent.
Yes.
And when you're sad, to come and put their head on your lap, and just to be there. And it's never been the same since that first one. I mean, the love is there. I had 2 Samoyeds, then I had 2 Australian Terriers, and one of the Australian Terriers, the one that just passed away last year, would sleep on my chest, which was a new experience, right? Because the Samoyed would suffocate me. So that was when he passed away. That was another loss that was hard to handle. And I know, now I have 2 more dogs. I have a Dutch Shepherd and a Dalmatian. And I don't know if I mean, I'll feel lost with the Dalmatian with Kingsley when he goes. But once again, with Remy, Remy jumps up on, puts his feet on my shoulders and
Yes.
and dances with me. And I look and I see those three dogs and the amazing love that is so fulfilling. And I don't, I know you've birthed kids, so having kids as a whole, and I see Lotus is with us, or no, excuse me, Lightning is with us. So that's a different, I think it's a different love. It's a different love when it comes from an animal that requires you to live once you make that bond.
Yep. The story that you just told is very heartwarming because it's of unconditional love. Whenever I try to talk of unconditional love, I have a lot of people who will say there is no such thing as unconditional love. But look at what this dog did with you. It gave us a lesson, a real life lesson on what unconditional love is. For those 15 and a half years, he did love you, right? Didn't matter what you said, what you wore, what you did. There was no judgment, there was nothing.
No.
Just acceptance and that commitment to you. And that is what is unconditional love. I mean, animals teach us a lot. It's only if we would learn from them.
And how
And
quickly they forgive.
yes, how quickly they forgive. And what I'm trying to say is, yes, I've had three children, human, and I've had three children who I say are the four-legged ones, but they're different. See there, I just love it when Remy comes and puts his paws up on your shoulders and gives you all this. And it's not as if they are like this with everybody. I can tell you about Zubi. She acts differently with every different person. Like, we all accept that she doesn't give those kisses to any of us but Lightning. She'll give all the kisses to Lightning, but she will not give kisses to the rest of us, no matter how much you beg and plead. So they do form a special bond with each of us,
Yeah.
like any human being.
Yeah. It's definitely an amazing, it is such an amazing gift, and I believe that that all dogs go to heaven. Like, how could they not?
Exactly.
Right. Right, buddy.
Yeah. I just love this. Wait, just keep it going, okay? Wait.
Hi, buddy. Yeah. Are you a good boy? Huh? Are you a good boy? Yeah. Who's a good boy? So amazing. So amazing.
I call Lightning to see this.
What's this one's name?
Remy.
You a good, huh? You a good boy? Hi, Remy. Yeah, there's just something, and they know when you need them. It is just so funny. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. There you have it. It's just amazing. It is amazing. So, how are you tonight, Jeanette?
Coach, I'm doing well, thank you. It was a long week.
Mm. Have you had pets, Jeanette?
I have had pets. Yes. I don't have any now. I'm an auntie. I get to take care of them when their humans go away and spend time with them and spoil them, and after I spoil them, I give them back.
What are your words to go along with this conversation?
You know, I treat them like they're 2-year-old babies. And most of them, they have a vocabulary of 2 or 3-year-olds. You have certain breeds of dogs that are even more than that, like the German Shepherd has a large vocabulary. So they are very much in tune and communicative of, you know, what they want and what they need. They are, you know, they're just very special, loving creatures, and they're great to have. They're great. They're great for anyone that has mental health issues or health issues in general. They help keep them calm, and so they have a lot of love to give, and they do have a purpose. And you know, I'm always traveling, or I'm never home. That's the only reason why I don't have any pets. It would be horrible to have a pet and just never be home for them. But I do appreciate when I'm able to house sit for my fur babies and take care of them and love on them. I can't get anything done though. You can't, because you know, you get to the house, you feed them, and you go to work, and they jump on your lap, and next thing you know, you're calmed down and you're fast asleep, and you just have all these fur babies all over you, just hugging on you. You just can't get anything done. It's wonderful though. You know, it's a great feeling to have them around. Yeah, if I could, I would have at least 2 or 3 cats and a couple of dogs. Absolutely.
You're so right, Janet, because the bone of contention with my dogs and my family has been that I never got to keep any one of them. Uh, it is also true when you say that, you know, if people have some illness or disease or something, they really need them. And that has been the rest of the family, uh, you know, thought process that Lotus need, needs or needed the dogs more because she was alone, and B, she suffers from MS and diabetes. So, you know, these dogs, I would say, were a lifesaver when nobody was around. I mean, it doesn't take away from the fact that I also needed them, but it's about who needs more. So, yeah, she got to keep them, and looking after them, you know, is a full time job. So that keeps you less anxious, less, you know, you keeps you distracted from whatever health issues you may have from time to time. They really are very therapeutic.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, whenever you have anything health issues, but you know, we know whenever we you know, take these fur babies into our home, we know we're going to outlive them. It's just a given. It's just a matter of giving them a loving home for as long as they're with us. For many of my friends, uh, the ones that I watch, especially with my friend, she's like a sister to me. And when I go and I watch her fur babies, they their lifespans are longer than anyone's pets that I know. Their fur babies are in the 16, 17, and they're you know, they're mutts. You know, they're not, they're just from, you know, they're rescues, and they're like in 16, 17-year old before they pass away because they cook for them. You know, when I go, it's a lot of work because I make their dinner. I put all the ingredients together, the vegetables, the protein, and I mix it all up for them. It's cooked. They don't get all that the store-bought foods for the animals. And so that's what takes a lot of time for them, but they're really good. And that's why when I go, it is work, but they spoil me. So does their humans. They're always watching out for me. So I don't have any qualm about doing that and just giving them what they need while their humans can go away. I enjoy it.
Yeah, it's I thought it would be a fun topic for us to touch on, because it's because of Sujata's trip, but also because I think as a human interest conversation, I think that there are so many times I don't think people realize the value, and unless you have one, unless you spend time with one, it's I think it's almost impossible to explain to somebody what the feeling's like.
Absolutely. Well, that too, when people, they don't like animals. There are a lot of people who don't like animals, and then even those who like animals, there is further classification of your likes and dislikes. Some people are cat people, some people are dog people. Cat people don't like dogs. Dog people may keep cats, may also not like cats. So it's each one to their preference, but they form very strong opinions about the animals themselves. Whereas I feel that the animals, whichever breed or whichever four-legged they are, they teach us a lot.
They
If
do.
you focus on their attributes and not so much on on your likes and dislikes, then each of those animals teach us. Like cats are independent, and dogs are more companion-like. You know. So,
They are, yes. And one of the things, because I worked for the Humane Society here in Florida, and one of the things that we need to teach humans is to spay and neuter. And there are many fur babies that need adoption. And
yes.
the reason for that is because they don't spay and neuter them. So we teach them about spay and neutering. And it's difficult where I live. It's a transit state. So there are people that come down here during the winter months. They bring their pets, and then when they go back, they leave their pets behind. So we have a lot of pets that are abandoned here, and then they end up in the shelters or the rescues. And so if anything, I would advocate for everyone to go and adopt these fur babies. There's many that have to be adopted, and always spay and neuter. Let's make sure that we don't have any animals that are out there, any fur babies out there that have to brave the elements because they don't have a home. They don't have any humans to take care of them. And so we want to limit that. If anything I can advocate for, it's that. Take care of them. Make sure they visit the vets because they are babies. They need to be taken care of. And, just love them. But yeah, let's see if we can advocate for people to adopt those that are in the rescues and the shelters.
No,
There are no laws for humans abandoning their pets, are there?
Well, here if they get caught, that's the key. Our laws are you have to witness them abandoning them. Well, that's hard. And the other thing too is we have because we have reserves. We're in Florida has a lot of areas that are they're still reserves. They can't grow, they can't develop in them. And so where my friend lives, there's one of these reserves, and many times people just abandon their pets in this reserve. They just leave them there. And so what she does, and across the street, she has a vet that lives there. So what they do is they continually feed them. They can't adopt them, but they feed them so that they have food, and that's allowed. They are allowed to do that, and the laws are really strange here. So for the cats, they can feed them, but they can't disturb the colony. So if they capture any of them and have them spayed or neutered, they have to return them to the colony. These strange laws, and then they can feed them, but they can't disturb the colony. It's really strange, but at least they take care of them, and they do take them. The vet across the streets captures them and checks them, make sure they're healthy, and we do have rescues and the Humane Society that they donate. They have foods that donated, and they give them to the people that feed these colonies.
So that's very interesting because India, and especially where I'm, the city that I am in, there are these stray dogs, lots of them, and there's a ongoing battle between the dog lovers, as we are termed, versus the people who are anti-dogs or anti-animals. In India, surprisingly, there are laws that the strays can be fed, and you can't go after people who are feeding the strays. And it's true that if the people who look after the strays, they can take them to the vet, can get them treated, spayed, neutered, etc. But they have to be returned to the colony or to the place where they are. You can't displace them, and that is where the trouble with the human beings arises, because they want them totally out of the colony, and then we have to cite rules, laws, like legislations, even sometimes get the cops in to just sort of tell them to back off. Some
Yeah,
laws
they do.
which are needed.
That's amazing. But I will tell you that South Florida, or Florida in general, they have a lot of pet-friendly establishments. You can take your pets in to the restaurant. We have dog parks. We have doggy daycares. We have areas of the beach where they're strictly for the dogs, where you can take your dogs. You can take your dog shopping. It's very, very friendly. Everybody has pets. They take them everywhere. It's just, you come home at night and everybody's walking their dog. Everybody. So it's a very pet-friendly environment here in South Florida. They dress up their pets. They have costume parades. They have Easter parades. They dress them up. They're babies. They treat them like true fur babies. And yeah, very pet friendly. It's very great to see that when they're that friendly with the animals, they've got to be friendly humans, right? You can only hope.
I think next when I visit the US, I have to come to that part of the world, Florida.
Yes, very, very well. You have different areas. When you go to each area, the cultures change, and they're very noticeable. And so there's very interesting to do. It's hot, it's humid. You've been to India. We have monsoons here, and it's getting to where it's going to be our monsoon season soon at the end of, like when we hit May. And we do have our monsoons. We just had the most recent monsoon we had was at Disney World here in Florida, where they had about 7 or 8 inches of rain. It just downpoured. So we get those. We get those here. It's not like India, but we do get them.
Yeah, India also we have monsoons, which can be very bad.
Yeah, Minnesota, we've had rain over the past 10 years. There have been times when it absolutely drowns a freeway. They had TVs sitting up on the bridges filming people swimming in the where the freeways were, because the water, the the piping and all the sewage that moved the water couldn't move it away fast enough.
We have that here too.
Yeah, 25 feet deep in one spot. People were jumping off bridges.
Cars swimming on in the water,
Oh,
cattle.
Yeah, we can't do that here. We it gets like that here, and because we're at sea level, and we don't have when you go to the other states, they have what they call washes. That when it rains, it goes into the washes and it feeds into the rivers. Well, we don't have those. We have canals that serve as the flow of the water, and then we have to have pumps that pump the water into the ocean, because if we don't do that, we'd be underwater because it rains a lot. So we're able to do that through a series of canals that we have. And it's very interesting how that works. And when the pumps break, there are times when the pumps break down and we can't get, it just floods and you can't drive through it. And we can't walk through it because if you walk through it, it's dangerous because of the cables, the electrical cables that run through our system as well. Yeah. If you happen to walk in these waterways or the roads that are full of water, you can get electrocuted. So they tell you, do not walk out in the water. Do not go play in it, because it does happen that people do that and they get electrocuted. And then, of course, you have the sewage issue that you don't know where the water's coming from. Is it the rain or is it the sewage?
Yes.
You don't know. It's just
terrible.
not healthy to do that.
Yeah, we don't have that problem in Minnesota. This is a land of 15,000 lakes. Minnesota is. Yeah, you can't drive 5 miles without seeing a lake.
Oh, interesting.
Isn't that great though that you can go walking and just because the water is a great area to have recreation.
Oh, most definitely. I mean, I love that we live here. I mean, it is it's an amazing spot. I find that we have 4 seasons. They're each distinct seasons. We have supreme cold. We have supreme heat. We have amazing leaf change. We have when the trees go from these sticks and literally you close your eyes, wait a couple days, you open your eyes and it's green. Poof. It's like God took out a paintbrush and greened everything. Absolutely amazing.
And that's the beauty when you have the seasons, the different colors that come out. For us, we're consistently green. We don't have seasons. They do plant trees where they change during the seasons, but it's consistently green. And the difference when if you're getting in a plane and you're flying out from Fort Lauderdale and you look down, it's just a beautiful blue. You see all the waterways, you see all the greenery. It's just beautiful. And then you fly into a state like Arizona or California where it's desert. It's either high or low desert. And it's just brown. It has no color. There is no green. It's just a really bland color. You go into the eastern states during the seasons and you see all the different colors. You see the colors of fall, of a winter. It's beautiful. That change is just beautiful. I just don't like the temperature change, but otherwise, the seasons, it's
The scenery change. Yes, I can imagine.
Yeah, if you have sensitivity to allergies, it's not a good place. Minnesota's not.
Yes, and that's where I'm allergic to everything, and so I have to be careful where I go because of the pollen.
Yeah. It's a tough spot. Oh, I see Abdul left. I was just about to ask him if he had a story about a pet. Well, maybe he'll come back.
I had a pet. I had a cat. The last cat I had, his name was Useless.
Yeah.
Useless. I mean, how can any pet be called useless?
He picked his own name. And what had happened is I was dating someone at the time. He was a police officer, and he pulled over. He had to do check a car. And as he was searching the car, this cat climbed into his police car, or he kept jumping in the trunk. Actually, what happened was the cat kept jumping in the trunk, and he would reach in, put the trunk on the side of the cat on the side of the road, go back to do the search, and the cat kept jumping in the trunk, so he couldn't get anything done because of this cat. So he put the cat in his patrol car, and I happened to be traveling, and when I was flying back in, it goes, "Oh, you have a new cat." And I said, "I have a new cat?" "Yes, you'll meet him when you get home." So when I flew back in, he brought the cat, and I said, "Well, what's the cat's name? Did you at least name him?" He said, "Well, no, we'll figure out what his name is." And so we put him in the middle, and we agreed that whatever name he came to, that was going to be his name. So we were calling him Mike, different names, Rufus, and he would just look at us like this funny look on his face, right? And I turned to my boyfriend at the time, and I said, "It's just Useless." And he came and walked over and plopped himself down. So that was his name, Useless.
That
He
is
picked it.
That is hilarious.
It was perfect name for him because I was at university at the time, and he was constantly making himself useless. He would plop himself on my papers while I was trying to write, or batting my books out of my hand, hitting the keys on my laptop. I mean, he was completely useless. It was a perfect name for him, but he was a very good cat, very loving cat, very smart.
See, they know themselves, and we don't know ourselves. They know.
They sure do. They sure do. Yes, that was a perfect name for him.
Yeah, I would say it's hilarious.
Well, when you think of cats, what do they do? Nothing.
Oh no, the cat I had was a mouser.
Oh.
And he killed 30. We lost count after 30, but he killed 30 mice in the fraternity that I lived at.
Well, don't you just love it when they bring you the gifts?
Oh my goodness, it was awesome. He had a pile of 4 of them one day.
Yeah, and they look at you like with a smile on their face. "Look what I brought you." And you just look at them like, "I don't want this. What are you craving?"
Oh, I was happy. I couldn't have been happier.
Well, of course, he was doing his job. He was
Amen.
Reducing the population of mice in your area.
Yes, it was beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Well, with us, he kept bringing lizards, mice, because we have all the canals, so we have all the mice that run around the canals, but we also have a lot of lizard that we need the lizards because they eat the insects that feed on us. That we weren't happy with. We're like, you just killed the mosquito eaters. So we just like, he would bring 2 or 3 a day, and then of course he'd get parasites from doing that. Taking him to the vet all the time to make sure he was healthy. It was just, yeah.
Minnie wants to come up on stage.
Hey, Lightning, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am absolutely loving our conversation.
I know. I love watching you with Remy too. I snuck in and saw you guys canoodling.
He's beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm a very, very, very lucky man.
You sure are.
Yeah.
Minnie,
Yeah.
do you think you can show Zuby?
How do I do that?
I don't know. You're in the room with Zuby.
Yeah, but
Yeah, but I'm new to this whole this
Okay.
clubhouse
Okay,
thing.
okay,
So I
okay.
don't know how to take a.
Leave it.
she would have to take a photograph, and then
Okay.
because you have an app, do you have an Apple phone?
Yes.
So once you've taken as soon as you've taken the photograph, save it, then come out
Okay.
here and come back to this screen where you're looking at your MS and hold your finger on MS until
Okay.
and when you hold it, what will happen is the photo album will come up and it'll be in the upper left. So like I'm going to show you what I ate for dinner tonight. And there we go. There's my dinner.
Okay, I got it. Just give me a second.
You're hired, Coach. Chef Coach Les.
Yeah, Chef Coach Les.
My wife loves it. When I asked her what dinner she wanted for her birthday, she said you to cook. Okay.
There you go. Oh, that what you made her. Oh my goodness, that was delicious. I wish I was there.
Yeah, I can show you guys what I made her. It was this, right? Well, I'll show you a cross. Here you go. This is a cross cut of it. And PTR, there you go. Yummy, yummy, yummy. I got love in my tummy.
All right. Lightning's got the picture.
She does?
Oh.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Look at that face.
Oh.
She's adorable.
That's
No
the kind of
kidding.
that you just want to. You look at a face like that, you just want to hug it. You just want to hug. That's it.
That dog does not look old.
Not at all.
That is an old picture. Am I right?
It's not right now, but it's a week back.
Okay, a week back. Okay, then that's fine.
Wow.
Yeah, she's this was on a walk we took her by the lake recently, and she just was so happy. She looked like a puppy, so I had to take this picture.
It's so cool to see that. Puppies, puppies, puppies.
They are puppies. No matter they're never dogs. They're just puppies. They're babies. That's why I call them babies. They're just lovable. You know, when I go to my friends and I just go, hey, I need to go see the babies, and I walk in and they're just yelping because they haven't seen me in a while. And the one little one, she's getting blind now. She can't see. And she just runs back and forth because she knows I'm there, but she can't find me. So I have to slowly get to her because I've got all the cats and the dogs are all over me until I finally get to her. And then she gets really tired fast. So she comes and I pet her and I scratch her. And then she goes to her bed. And now she's tired out. She just goes to sleep. But they are, and then the other one, she is really tiny. She's a mini Chihuahua. You can hold her in one hand. She's just so tiny and just stubborn. And you just have to pick her up, and she won't even. She wants you to pick her up. She wants you to give her kisses, and when you're done, she's just like, "Okay, I'm done," and then she goes to her little bed.
Yeah,
and
thank
then
you.
the other one just She goes around in circles because she's just so happy, and she wants you to keep petting her. So she goes all around in circles so you don't stop petting her. She's hilarious, and they're just lovable. They just, and they all have their own personality. And of course, Chico is a Maltese with an attitude, and he's very vain. He loves to take pictures, and he likes to get into trouble. And he always has that look, even though you know what he did, and he gives a look like, well, I may have done it, but I'm going to blame it on the other one. And he's always doing stuff, and then he backs away, and the other ones get in trouble because of what he did. He's just a troublemaker and an attention monger. If you don't give him attention, he will bark at you. So they all have different personalities.
Just like humans.
Yes. But why do we tolerate their behavior more than the humans, huh?
That's exactly what was my thought, and you voiced it.
Yeah, it's easy. It's easy to tolerate it, and that's for sure.
Well, because they're babies, and we know that.
Yeah.
But when you see humans, and you're like, you should know better than that.
Just see Minnie's pull to refresh picture, which I just went into the room and I told Zubi that we want her to sit up and look into the camera.
Uh,
I love that picture. Oh, that's a great pose. She looked like she just taking a pose for the camera. That's just
Yeah, somehow these dogs that I had, they were always very willing to pose, and Lotus was always taking their pictures. But it's been very hard to come into this house with the other two missing, and I constantly look around as if I will see them, and they're not there. So that's been quite tough. But if I don't know when Zubi goes whether I ever want to come into this house again. It'll be doubly so hard.
I agree 100%. I keep telling Lotus she'll have to come visit us. I don't think I'll be able to come back to Japan.
you don't think she'll move?
I think she would like to. She's looking into it. So fingers crossed.
Of course, she has to move. She doesn't want to stay after Zubi passes away. That's for sure.
I live in Seattle, and since I moved there, I've always felt that if our dogs were there, they would have been so much happier just with the weather. It's so hot here for Zubi. And Seattle is great. It rains quite a bit, but it's nice and cool, and it's so dog friendly. They have this place called the Dog Yard. It's you get you get beers and stuff there, but your dog has to be a member. It's not for humans. Only if your dog is a member can you go into the dog yard and chill and watch them play.
I had heard that about Seattle. That is now that's taking it to the next level than Florida. You you can only go if your dog is a member. That is hilarious. I like that. And I know Seattle well. I haven't been there in 6 years.
Yeah, it's great. I live right by the Sound on Elliott Place, so I get to access the water, and there's so many dogs around all the time. And I'm not allowed to work there because of visa issues, but I do dog sitting just by word of mouth, and I've been very lucky to have some great huskies and
Yes.
corgis and Pyrenees mountain dog. It's just amazing. A variety of dogs there.
Yes. They love their doggies there. Absolutely. I love that area. I love the sound. This is a beautiful area. My dad, so I would fly into Seattle. My dad lived in Mount Vernon, and I never realized how close he was to British Columbia.
It's beautiful out there, and I mean, you were talking about the seasons, and I think the seasons are beautiful in Seattle because, like Florida, it's also evergreen most of the year, but you do see the seasons a lot more.
Well, I think just flying into Seattle when you see Mount Rainier, yes, it's just a beautiful, majestic, snow-covered mountain. It's just beautiful. Majestic is a perfect name for it. Just really beautiful.
Well, I'm super excited to, every day to walk Remy. I know there are some times when I'm like, do I really have to? But you know what? He's the one that gets me going. And it's so much fun once I get going to watch him gallivant back and forth in minus 15 degrees. It's crazy.
So he likes the snow?
Oh, both
Love
of them.
the snow.
Both of them?
Yeah. Yeah. And as long as it's above crunch temperature, in other words, above 14 degrees, they'll both roll in it. But I really appreciate, thank you so much, Lightning, for coming in and sharing. It. I know this is probably for people that are listening on the replays, and those people that stopped in. Probably wasn't the most invigorating conversation or uplifting, yay, rah, rah, Friday night, come on, but that's okay, because for me, this is one of those, I think one of those opportunities where, we don't often get to play this game. So, and
yeah, it's kind of like a Friday night, just chill, talk about your fur babies. Yeah, it's just great to sit back and share.
And if you PTR, you'll see something that'll make you laugh.
Yeah, it was a great way to spend a Friday evening. I mean, especially with everything that's going on in the world, this is the best topic to spend my energy on, I think.
So I think my PTR now would make both dogs jump for joy.
Yeah, just see his PTRs.
It's a hot topic.
That squirrel is on fire.
Such a hot topic, I know.
Good coach, good one.
Lightning, do you like that one?
I do. I kind of feel bad for the squirrel, but it looks pretty cool.
I think it was made up.
I think it was me. I think it was a special effect, but he's got that look
Yeah.
like he's.
It is a special effect, I think.
Yes.
He looks dangerous. He's got the look. Don't mess with me.
Yeah, he looks like he wants to take his fiery aggression out on somebody.
Keep your dogs away from that one.
Amen. Yes, yes, yes. Well, we would be, I know Sujata and I would love it if Lightning, if you and Jeanette, if you would love to share with us anything that you would like us to bring to topics inside of the future upcoming podcasts. We would love that.
Wow. I don't know, Lightning. You have any ideas? I feel like I'm put on the spot here.
Yeah, not at the top of my head. I feel like I'll have to give it a little bit of thought.
What I like to do is, you know, when you brainstorm, when you get a group together and you brainstorm and you talk about topics of the day, and you just come up with these topics all from, like when you look at that squirrel, right? He's on fire, and you want to put out the fire. She's just throwing all these ideas out and like throwing on the board, and things pop out, and you say, okay, what can we make out of this? And when you come together, you'll find a really good topic. I'll bet you, but not like that. Not like this. I'm tired, Coach. It's been a long week, and my brain is fried from reading contracts and other stuff that I have to learn. My brain has to rest today.
That's why it's even more, we have to be appreciative, Janet, that you stopped by and you showed up. And that is really, for me, it's the biggest thing, because when you give time to somebody, then that's the greatest form of respect, that's the greatest form of love, commitment, everything rolled into one. So I
Well,
appreciate
it
that.
is, and I have this time, 10:30 every Friday, in my reminder, so that I don't forget, or I can rest beforehand and be ready to just listen or contribute or whatever. And that's why when they come into the room, it's great when they come into the room and they can add even more elements to the conversation to keep it going. That makes it even better. And it happens, and when it does, it really works well. I don't see a lot of people that usually come in Friday night. I don't see them on Clubhouse tonight, but I'm sure that if they were, they'd be here chatting with us, and it'd be like we're sitting by the fire that happened to be a squirrel having a chat.
Yeah, and even when we are like this on a Friday night, you can have in your own space your liquid, whatever you want to be having if you were outside socializing, right?
Yeah,
Most of it is there in person, but you can always be chatting together in a pub or a cafe. I don't.
exactly. You can do that. You can do that now. You can invite everybody. I do that. I have a group of friends where we do that on Saturdays, and we go get our drink of choice, and then we're usually on Zoom, and we share what our drink of choice. We just go around the room. We just talk about what happened during the week. What did we read? What are we planning to read? Are there any trips that we're going to be taking? We just go around, and sometimes we're there 24 hours because we're from different time zones. And it can be really just sitting back and just hanging out with people you don't get to see every day.
Coach, I have a question for you.
All right.
Do you ever think of leaving Minnesota? Because I've heard it can be brutal out there. I have my brother-in-law in Chicago, and I just shudder to visit him in the winter. So I don't know how you manage in Minnesota.
I think it's wonderful. I mean, I have I thought about it? Yes. You know, but for me at this point, I think it's, whoops, I think it's, how would I say, it's just such a it's just such a blessing to have so many seasons. I can't imagine not having those seasons. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
I see Dawn up on stage.
Hi, Dawn.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you? How are you guys?
We are phenomenal.
Nice.
Are you a pet owner?
I am a pet owner. He's 13 years old, and he's a Jack Russell and Chihuahua mix.
Wow.
So he's spunky.
That's awesome. Those are the best kind.
Yeah, keeps me on my toes.
The is this yours? Is it a family pet?
He's mine. Yeah, he's I got him for my daughter when she was in high school, but and we were living in Georgia at the time, and then we moved back to where I grew up, and she had him for a while, but he's older now, and he likes things a certain way, and he's on a strict schedule, so it's just better that we were co-parenting, I guess you could say. But she has a Siberian Husky now. She has Bella. It's a girl. She has one blue eye and one brown eye. She's absolutely beautiful, but she's a puppy, so she's a little bit too much for Leo.
You know, we had Sharon Trailer used to be in our Bible study every morning, and she just got a little. She has a 17-year-old Chihuahua that's blind. They think he's sort of kind of deaf, and she has to hand feed him. And the little puppy, I guess, like brought Ginger is the older dog's name. Literally brought Princess Ginger back into being excited. It's hilarious.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we tried to have them together, but Leo, he they were just fighting a lot, and we were getting scared that Bella, she's 100 times his size, and she's a really happy, very, very happy little spirited dog, well, big dog, but she started getting aggressive, and we were scared she was gonna bite his head off, because he's a little meanie. And I mean, he would if she goes near his food or comes near doesn't even walk near his bed. If she just enters the room, he just laying in his bed talking trash. And it was funny, but it was starting to get scary. So he hasn't been over there in a while to see them. I know he misses them a lot, and he probably wonders what's going on. I don't know if he understands or...
Yeah, I think the dogs understand more than we give them credit for.
Yeah, I'm sure. I don't understand what he understands, I guess. I'm the one lost.
Understood. Now I see a picture of a beach in the background on your bio.
Yes, that was in West Palm Beach. I'm originally from Florida. And yeah.
I'm in Coral Springs, Florida.
Oh, beautiful. I wish I was there with you.
No. I love it here.
Yeah, I'm a beach girl. That's where my heart is at. I'm in Colorado currently. I grew up here because I moved from Florida when I was a little girl, and I'm here because of my dad, but he passed away recently, and I was his caretaker, and then my daughter's here. So I did want to transition down to Florida this year, but I think, I don't know. I've talked to several people, and they're all picking up something that I should stay here, which is kind of sad because I wanted to leave. But I do see how my daughter could possibly need me for another year or two. So hopefully I'll be down in Florida on the beach soon.
You wait till the rainy
So
season.
sorry for your loss.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And you might want to wait till the rainy season's over, Dawn.
Right.
Sorry, but it's always rainy season here.
I don't mind the rain as long as it's warm.
Exactly. 70 to 80 degrees, 365 days a year.
Yeah, I love it. The hotter the better for me. I don't do well in the cold, just my bones, and I feel down, and I don't know. I love Colorado though. It's absolutely beautiful here. The mountains are gorgeous. I go to the mountains a lot, but I just feel like a water person.
Ah.
And you have an altitude there. You didn't have a problem with the altitude?
I do, and then I'm allergic to juniper, which grows all over the state. Yes. So my allergies are usually pretty bad, and I just prefer to be in flip-flops and at the beach every weekend or somewhere by a pool and eating seafood.
Yeah, I'm allergic to the juniper pollen. I'm allergic to everything. Yeah. The pollen for juniper, yes, that is one that I'm really highly allergic to.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, I'm allergic to dogs as well.
What?
But I just can't seem to stay away from them.
I am not allergic to dogs. I am not allergic to cats. I'm not allergic to their spit. I'm not allergic to their dander. I couldn't believe that, but I'm allergic to plants.
Ow.
Yeah, well, just the pollen.
Just the pollen.
Just the pollen, yes.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yes, but we have beautiful beaches here. So when I see your picture, what beach is that?
It is Riviera Beach.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Palm Beach. All right. Yeah, I was just there the other day. Yeah, I'll be going back there Monday. Beautiful beaches, especially when you get to Riviera, right where the intercoastal is. You could go on one side is the intercoastal, and the other side is the beach. People are having their wave runners, or they're taking their dogs into the beach. I mean, it's just beautiful.
It is. And believe it or not, when I took that picture, I was actually there last year for a funeral, and I decided I was going to spend all my time with my family and not worry about going to the beach and stuff. And I was on my way to Miami to catch my flight, and I said, oh man, I hope I'm not going to miss my flight, but I've got to stop at the beach. So I drove there and I ran out on the beach, which is why I have like a t-shirt on. And I took that picture, and I literally was there for probably maybe 3 minutes and then ran back to the car and sped to Miami.
That's a beautiful picture.
Thank you.
It's a beautiful picture. And, a lot of people are surprised when they get into the water that it's warm.
Right.
they just can't believe how warm it is, especially when my friend came from California, because I grew up in California, and the water is freezing cold. And of course, I grew up in that water because I used to be a surfer and I lived at the beach. And so when you come to Florida, it's the extreme opposite. And you just want to be in the water, where in California, you get in, do whatever you want to do, and you come out and you warm up and then you go back in. And here it's just beautiful. You just sit out at the beach, walk along the beach, do some swimming. Some people try to surf. I don't understand that because there's really no waves.
Right.
But it's beautiful.
It is. I love the salt in it too. That seems to heal my skin. That seems to be really good.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I take my friend walking whenever she's not feeling well. I go, come on, let's go to the beach and detox.
Yes.
And just I get her, bring your chair, let's sit in the water, soak our feet. And she actually feels better. We sit there for 20 minutes and she goes, wow, I had a really good week. I really think the water is doing it. I go, it's detoxing you, honey.
Yes.
You're putting your feet in there and you're just detoxing everything out of your system into that ocean. It's rejuvenating you.
It is.
I think I finally convinced her. I think I finally got it where she understands that.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you get to come and visit. But yeah, Colorado's beautiful. The mountains, the snow. You get to see the snow-capped mountains. Oh yeah, it's beautiful. And I love my Florida weather.
Right. I do the hot springs here. I haven't been in a couple months. That really is helpful too when, because of the allergies and stuff, you're itchy and stuff. And that really, every time I go and sit a couple times, if I'm there for 2 days, I try to go at least 3 or 4 times. My skin is just the mountains are magical. There's a great energy. I don't know what kind of, it's just, there's so much, I guess you guys already know, but it's just super amazing. So if I could have the beach here, and then I love the snow. I love to play in it. I just don't like the cold.
Yeah, well, Coach loves the cold.
Yeah.
And he loves his hot tub.
Nice.
Amen.
Yep.
My fave.
Yeah. And what temperature do you have? Any
105.
Okay. And when how about the weather?
Oh, this year I've been in there more times when it's minus than I have the last 3 years combined. So when it's freezing, it's cold. And I will do the jump and the frozen. Ooh, yeah. I don't think it'll be warm by next weekend. Uh-oh. Sorry about that. Clubhouse, somebody was ringing. I don't know who it is. Well, listen, Sujata, I think we should call it a wrap.
Yep.
Dawn, it was absolutely a pleasure meeting you. I have followed you. I would love to have you follow everybody here on stage and come and join us. We also do another fun club if you are seeking some spiritual connection. We do a club called the 24-Hour Bible Study, and we'd love for you to come and visit us. And with that, just a quick check. Anything else for you, Jeanette?
No, Coach. I really appreciate it. This room. It's always great to have a conversation with you and Sujata Lightning, it's great to finally have a conversation with you, share your love of your fur baby and also Seattle. It's great to talk with you. And Dawn, great meeting you.
Cool. Lightning.
It was really nice being here. Thank you, everyone.
Yes. Thank you.
you guys. And I just sent a message in the chat. I would love to join your Bible studies, and that would be amazing. So thank you for welcoming me and having me.
I will, Dawn, I'll reach out to you and share with you. And I offer a complimentary coaching session with no hooks, no ties. So if you have anything that you'd like to come and hang and chat about and work through, I'm available as well. And I can share with you all of our rooms and tell you a little bit about our mission with a 24-hour Bible study and what we're up to as well.
Awesome. Thank you.
You are welcome. Oh my goodness.
Squirrel.
Squirrel's he's gonna say I stole his. Look at him. Watch this.
Hey, Coach.
Yeah.
Good. What's your teeth, bro? You know what? I am absolutely happy. I am so happy. I am privileged to see that you. I mean, I can't. I'm at. Thank you.
I'm totally busted. Sujata's laughing.
Thank you. You know what?
So I bet Dawn and Lightning, this is the real squirrel who I stole. I stole the photograph from.
Yes. And I did sing the song again, Squirrel. That squirrel is on fire. That's what I'm talking. Hey, you know what? You know what that means to me? That means to me that I am an influence. That's what that means to me. And I absolutely love that. That means I am doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm living my purpose. I'm being my purpose. And I'm doing everything I need to do. Thank you, Coach.
You are so welcome. I'm not quite.
Thank you for being you, Squirrel. Thank you. I'll never stop. I will never stop being me. I will never stop being a voice. I will never ever quit. Be authentic.
Amen.
I've never stopped. And no matter how many people have come against me, no matter how many people have said that I'm a POS because I gave them the truth, that's because they weren't willing to accept it. I've accepted my truth. I accepted my faults. I accepted everything that I've done wrong, that I've done right, and I will never, ever not stop being real. Always. My integrity means everything to me. My integrity elevates me. My value precedes everything. And for those that may not want to accept it, that want to reject it, that want to say that I'm being somebody that's not who they say they are, that's okay. They will see it. And I will show them that. And it will take time. And I'm willing to give that time. I'm willing to make that sacrifice for other people so they can have the same thing that I have. And if they don't want it, that's okay. When they want to receive it, I will be here. Well, Coach.
Yes.
I know you wanted squirrel, but his squirrel looks hotter than yours.
Well, His is the real one.
It looks hotter. It looks redder. It's on fire.
Honestly, Coach, I did not see this coming from you.
Hey, when I see a good thing and I have an opportunity to share it, guess what I do?
Share it.
There you go.
I just want to let you know that I appreciate you. I do. And for you to ping me into your spaces says volumes to me. It shows me that I am a man of integrity. I am a man of respect. I am a man of honor. I am a man of truth. And for you to recognize that, for anybody in this space to recognize that, I could not be any more grateful or any more appreciative of that. And it doesn't matter to me how much money I make, because the growth that I see that comes from what I have to give is far beyond money. I don't care about money. I care about you. And if money comes after that, cool. I'm grateful for that. But at the end of the day, to see a smile on your face, to see you progress in your life is far worth any bit of a dollar that you can give me. So I want to thank everybody here for showing up, for speaking their truth, for being honest, for being open, for being authentic, for being transparent, and for having the willingness to be bigger than who you are says volumes about everybody that shows up every day. So thank yourselves. And I appreciate everybody here that does that. And Coach, you just, I can't even tell you how I feel. I can't even put into words how I feel with seeing that profile picture.
I think we can all hear the giggle in your voice. So we appreciate the giggle. So, and it's no accident. Now, I'm curious now, who invited you in here to bust me? And my
He was stalking you.
No, my sneaking suspicion is it's Sujata. You should have seen the look on her face, Jeanette. That was priceless. She's like, no.
This is very curious, but the people I'm closest to always, think like this about me from time to time. Very, very frustrating.
Are you really frustrated?
Yes, because if somebody comes into the room and they think that there's some suspicious activity, they turn around and one of the co-moderators always, did you put the invite this person and all that? And when I'm very clear that I never do such things, whosoever room it is, I follow certain things so that I don't land up in sticky situations. Now, if I'm in the Bible study room and Janet, you will come in, of course I will invite you up. I'm not going to get into trouble for that. But anybody else, like if I invite Joey, Jeremy, I know that these are people, Coach Les, if he's the main moderator of the room, will not say that, though he tells me, he's also the one who tells me you can call anybody up. But then now he asked me that, did I invite, this thing? So it's happened to me in others' rooms also.
Yeah, but that's true, because Squirrel is part of the Zig Ziglar legacy group, and why wouldn't he get pinged in, right?
Well, and I just think it was funny.
Exactly.
I just think it was funny. It's like serendipity. And that's why
Yeah.
that's
I agree.
I love Coach Les. Coach Les is awesome. I mean, I actually had set up. We had a meeting one time where I actually set up a Zoom session with Coach Les, and I showed up a little bit late, and I actually showed up not for a lesson or any type of value, but I showed up to uplift Coach Les. And when I got into that Zoom meeting with him, I seen that he was distressed. I seen that he was anxious and he was tired. And I was there to support him through that, just to uplift him, to supply him energy, to supply him life, to be that one person that wasn't just looking to suck energy and value out of him, because I see the value in Coach Les. I understand integrity. I know what integrity is. And I've been shut down, and I've been cast down because of my values of integrity, and people just have not met my values. And Coach Les meets my values. And I'm here to support those people that support my value. And I will never stop doing that. So if Coach Les were to put right now if he would have put a link right now, I would be there to support him. I'd be there to uplift him. I'd be there to speak life into him. He speaks life into other people. And when you give energy, you deserve to receive the energy back. I don't care what money value I get back in it. That means nothing to me. Money is nothing to me. I don't have money. I don't care about that. I care about people, period. If I get monetary value in that, good for me. I'm happy. Thank you. I appreciate that. But to see somebody that's continuously giving every day, all day, selflessly, I will give you all that I possibly can give, and then more. And to be able to see that I've been an influence on somebody else, to help them.
The fiery squirrel has been copied.
Embrace in themselves. I'm serving my purpose. So thank you, Coach Les.
You're welcome. Thank you.
I really, you surprised me, Coach. You did. You surprised me. And to see somebody of your caliber, I can't even to see what you're doing and how you're doing it with what I'm doing is telling me that I'm going in the right direction, that I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, that I'm gaining that influence, that I am going to be more than what I thought I was going to be. And Sujata, Jeanette, thank you. I want to thank you for being the voice of life, for being the voice of reason, for being you, your authentic self, your truthful self, your honest self, not holding back, not allowing anything to come against you, your value, your worth. That's what it's about. Not allowing anybody to tell you that you yourself is not worthy. You know you're worthy. You're living your worth. You're being your worth. You're serving your worth. I love that. I strive to be around people like that. And I will continue to be that person, whether I make money or not. Because I'm receiving blessings. I'm getting my blessings. God is giving me my blessings. And it's coming in little things. And that is awesome. That is awesome to me. To be able to have somebody randomly call me and play on their softball team for free is something in my heart that I've always I wanted. I wanted that in my heart, but I didn't like gloat on it. You know, I didn't continuously be like, oh, I wish I had this. I wish I had that. No, literally, Coach, I spoke that 3 times. 3 times I spoke that I would love to play softball. I love that. It helped me do this. It helped me do that. It helped me do the other thing. And it came to fruition. And that's because I believed in my purpose. I believed that it would happen. And it happened.
That's what it takes, sir. That's what it takes.
So, thank you. I want to thank you for showing up. Thank you for showing up every day. Thank you for being you every day.
You're very welcome. Well, listen, Mark, we are about to shut down. We have gone 1 hour over our time limit. And thank you for bringing our little laugh at the end of our show. And we appreciate you. And I just want to run around the room again and say thank you, Dawn. Dawn, I will reach out to you forthwith. And Lightning, always a pleasure. And looking forward to continuing to spend time with you and get to know you in this app and off the app. And we love your mom, and we love to give her a hard time just because she's a great person to give a hard time to.
I just want to ask Mark one thing. I mean, I appreciate all the good words that he said.
Hold on. What did Lightning just say? What did you say, Lightning?
I agree. She is great to trouble.
Go ahead, Sujata. Sorry about that. I just wanted to hear what she said.
I wanted to just ask Mark that for all the good things that he has said, why is it that he doesn't follow me when I've already been following him?
Ooh.
Wait, hold on. Who said that?
Sujata.
Oh, Sujata. I am so sorry, Sujata.
You're not so special, Sujata. He's not following me either.
Oh.
But that's the thing, Janet. He actually took both our names and praised us highly, but he doesn't follow us. So I'm very curious to know the reason. And on top of that, Coach Les was pulling my leg or otherwise and saying that I got him in to bust him. So I'm very curious to know.
You can't ping him in if he's not following you. That's correct.
Yeah, there you go.
Why? I'll tell you why. It's complacency. I was complacent.
Oh.
You see? But now we firmed up that we all connected.
Yes, we did.
And we corrected it here.
Yes, and that is one thing that I respect, is calling other people out on their bullshit. And I appreciate that, and I respect that. So I want to thank you for bringing that to my attention.
It's all about communication, Squirrel. That's all it is.
And you communicated it, and that's all it took, isn't it?
Yes.
You know what they say? R-E-S-P-C-T. R-E-S-P-C-T.
Sing it, Coach. Sing it.
Yeah, no, that's about all I know.
R-E-S-P-C-K. Respect. Oh, man. I love you guys. You guys are awesome. You're some of the most realist people that I've talked to on this app. And I know when I come here and I speak, I know I'm not going to be judged.
Oh, no. Wait a minute. We judge you. We judge everybody. Everybody judges everybody. You're going to be judged. You're going to
yet not he be judged.
You are now wait a minute. Wait a minute. Everybody judges everybody. Here's the thing. We don't judge to convict or make fun of. Well, occasionally I make fun of Sujata, but then she makes fun of me too.
Never.
So
Never.
here's the thing though. We don't judge to be cruel. We don't judge to rule. We judge just because it's the human thing to do, and we're responsible about how we judge.
That's sensible. That makes sense. And I like that. I do, because there's a level of respect within the judgment.
R-E-S-P-C-T.
Exactly. And, just to see that avatar, Coach, you made my day.
Well, there you go.
You did. You made my day.
I fulfilled on my purpose today then.
That means I'm also serving my purpose too.
Yes. You brought a fiery topic to the front.
And you know what? That's my intent. That's what I look what I'm looking to do. That's what I want to do for people. And it starts in the little things. If it takes an avatar to change people's perspective, to bring them to a new higher sense of self, I'm willing to do that.
It really heated up our vision of you.
And it's what I'm talking about, Willis. And that's a great thing. And that means I'm working my way to bigger and better things.
Okay, well, if you come back with a lion on fire, then we'll agree with you.
All right, I'll get working on that. Unfortunately, I can't be a lion with a squirrel thing, so I'll have to change that. I got 30 days. I have to change my stuff. But I like squirrels. Squirrels working really, really great for me. People are really resonating with me, and I'm really being able to get my message across to people on a higher, more sensible level, and be able to bring my coaching and my purpose to where I want it to be, where it needs to be. And I can't wait for that to happen. It will happen. It's inevitable. It takes time. It takes patience. It takes dedication, persistence, consistency, and I'm doing that. And when I figure all that out and how to put that into a process, I'll be that person that will make that really big difference. And I will make that difference. And I see that for myself. I need to be able to receive it. And when I'm able to receive that, I will be able to bless those that have blessed me. And that is my intent. Those people that have helped me grow, that have been there for me and with me, will benefit from my prosperity. And that is a promise. And I will do that. And those people will not see it coming. And that is in tune a blessing. And those who bless me will be blessed tenfold.
Amen. All right, brother. We're going to get scooting because I've got to walk my dogs and it's late.
Well, just remember this. This squirrel is on fire.
Squirrel is on fire. There we go. Love it.
I love you guys. Thank you for being you. Thank you for being real. And keep doing what you guys are doing because I love you guys.
Thank you. And we will talk to you soon.
All right. Peace out, brother.
Take care.
Easy, guys. Enjoy your night.
Peace out.
All right. Thank you so much, Dawn. It was a pleasure meeting you. And we will see you all next week. Woo! Looking forward to it. With that, I am going to close the room.
Do we have a top performance tomorrow?
Yes, we do. Tomorrow morning.
All right. See you tomorrow.
All right.
Zig Ziglar top performance.
Amen.
11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yep. And
All right.
I'm going to do a fun little cheerio. This is my social outro.
Coaching with Les has doubled my practice.
If you have any struggles in your business or your personal life, Les is your guy.
He's logical, he's empathetic, he has passion for helping people, and his ideas are genuinely thoughtful.
So if you're looking for a business coach with integrity, choose Les Hill.